It's a typical night, probably anywhere in England, but in Staffordshire. 999 calls we just can't respond to. We've got no staff, and this one comes in particular. It's an abandoned 999 call for some woman screaming down the phone, so it sounds pretty serious. At that point, all that's left in the whole Stoke-on-Trent policing is myself. I managed to get Chris away from the hospital. He's at another job. We then go to an address in Fenton, which is where the night went all a little bit wrong, to say the least. First thing you see is a light on the address, so you knock on, try and get someone's attention, and he comes to the window in his typical Stoke-on-Trent accent. He says, "Fuck yourself off," which in our language will be "fuck yourself off," to go away, put it nicely. We tell him we're going to force entry. He doesn't seem bothered by this, and we just hear more screaming. We start going up the stairs, we start shouting, "Police, come to the door, show yourself." His response is, "Fuck off, I've got a knife, I'm going to slit her throat." We've gone from a typical, we all attend those 999 domestics, it's just an argument, to something that can be life or death. As we get to the top of the stairs, myself and Chris both draw parvy. We walk into the room, go in, and the bloke has now stood at the back of the room, and he's got the lady in front of him, arm around one neck and knife in the other, pressing against the neck. None of us have got taser, so the only thing we've got is parvy, so we just douse him. He drops her and charges us. So we're stood at the door, he's charging us. The only thing we can do is pull that door shut. I can see there's a knife raised and it's coming towards me. At that point, Chris is just going, "Get her battens, get her battens." So we both drop parvy, grab battens, and after if we count to 3 in our heads, we go back in again. We open that door, same again. He's got a back around the throat, he's got that knife pressed in the throat. Chris goes towards him, and I've gone round the side of the bed. And at that point, you're just thinking, we're going to have to get him off one way or another. Chris takes a strike with his baton, and as he does that, I just heard a gargle noise. And I'm thinking, he shoved the knife in the throat. And I'm thinking, I'm hearing the blood gargling in the throat. I managed to push her out the way, and I end up on top of this lad. At that point, I'm on top of him, and it's all going quick. I feel blows to the back of my stab vest and the back of my neck, but I don't feel anything. I'm just trying to stop that knife coming again. The next thing, Chris luckily gets his baton and puts it straight over this lad's head, knocks him clean out, and he's gone. He's not fighting anymore. We're getting handcuffed up, and then straight away me and Chris look at each other thinking, one, what has gone on, but also, are we okay? So I'm looking at Chris, and I'm just seeing Chris's arms covered in blood. He looks at me and says, "You're cut on your cheek, you're cut on your face." All got covered in his blood. One thing I always found funny is, as we're on top of him, our lady comes up and says, "Let me have 5 minutes with him, I want to get a few digs in." The saving grace was that on that night, the knife failed. We don't know whether it was just, when he hit us with it was a Stanley knife, whether the blade popped in or what, we'll just never know. But that saved me, and probably Chrissy's strike to his head. I wouldn't want anyone else by my side in that instance again. Chris, the top lad, he's got a bright future ahead of him in the police, and if I could have 20 Chrissys on a shift, I would do.